So as many of you know, the magnificent Panasonic S5 II can shoot up to 6K internally. So I've been asking myself, and other people have been asking me in the comments section, what is the difference in the 6K footage versus the 4K footage if you are outputting on a 4K timeline? So that question and many more will be answered coming up. Actually, just that question, but stay tuned, it'll be fun. So first of all, big shout out once again to Camera Canada, my local Canadian camera store that helps out my little YouTube channel. They lent me the Panasonic S5 II along with the 24mm f1.8 so I could do these tests for you guys, and I really appreciate that. So if you're in Canada, please go shop at Camera Canada. Great customer service, and they help out me, and that is probably what's most important. So this is just going to be simple tests, and at first we'll have a little fun. I will just do A and B, then you can guess which one is A and B, just to see if you can see a difference after the YouTube compression on the 4K timeline, the 6K footage versus the 4K footage. And by 6K footage, I mean the 5.9K footage, because I wanted to use the 16:9 framing. If you go to actual 6K in the camera, in the S5 II, then you will either have a 17.9 or you do the open gate 3:2. But I didn't want to do any cropping or any changing of the frame at all. I just wanted it to be 16:9 versus 16:9, and 5.9K is pretty darn close. So, could you tell which one was which? Please comment down below if you could see a difference between the two clips and the device that you are watching on. And of course, I will tell you the answer now, and then I will also zoom in 300%, which should definitely show you a difference in the two clips. Number A was the 5.9K, and letter B was the 4K. So let's take a look at the clips again, and then zoom in on my gorgeous eyes. You are welcome. So there you go. If you zoom in 300%, you can definitely see some more sharpness and detail in the 5.9K. And I will be using 5.9K on the Panasonic S5 II. I'm using it right now, in fact, and it's not so much for that little tiny bit of extra sharpness. I would just like to be able to move, zoom, pan, have that extra resolution to use on my 4K timeline while still being able to output 4K, kind of like having a slider without having to hook up a slider. Or maybe help me reframe content for other social media. Now, I will show you one more thing, and that is a low light test to clear up a little confusion. I did an extreme low light test with the S5 II a couple of videos ago, and there's a few people commenting that if I had done it in 6K, then it would be very different and it would be much better in low light, but that will not be the case. It will be a tiny bit sharper and have a little more detail, but pretty much it will look the same in low light. Just let me show you. So once again, a little sharper, a little more detail, but it doesn't magically make the S5 II much better in low light. Now, you may have seen a fair bit of grain and noise in that, but that is an extreme low light test. I'm shooting at ISO 4000, which is the second base ISO, but I am not applying any noise reduction. I have all the noise reduction turned off on the S5 II, so that way I can just judge the camera on the camera. And if I wanted to use that footage for real, I would apply some noise reduction in Final Cut or DaVinci or whatever editor I am using at the time. But I just wanted to show you the low light test to show you that it looks pretty much the same in terms of its ability to perform in low light. And now I also did a rolling shutter test, and I found what everybody else found, which is that the rolling shutter is the same on the 5.9K that it is on the 4K. So no disadvantage of using the 5.9K in terms of rolling shutter, which is really great news and gives me even more confidence using the 5.9K on a constant basis. The rolling shutter for both 5.9K and 4K is around 21 milliseconds. Now, of course, a quick note, I am using the face and eye autofocus on the S5 II, but I had to unplug my Ninja 5 monitor because I lose that face and eye tracking if I plug in the HDMI to the monitor and I'm using 5.9K. So that's too bad that that happens, but in normal 4K mode, you will be able to plug in your monitor and still have your face and eye detect autofocus. So, you know, that could be something that would sway you to use the 4K versus the 5.9K. But for me, I just unplug it after I set up everything. Anyway, I hope this short video settled some curiosity for you, and if it didn't, at least you got to stare at my face at 300%. So we all win. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.